Hey guys, Brian again. Okay, gonna do another informational teaching thing for um, some of my friends on here who are learning to play. Of course, apologize, Copper's here again, but she'll go away in a second. Um, no, I was just looking online. Um, so this is probably one of your most basic fundamentals that need to be covered, and every one of these I've seen online says this is the correct way to do this, and I'm very much against that line of thinking whatever works for you, whatever sounds good, and whatever is comfortable for you is the correct way. There is not one correct way, especially if you're playing, rock and roll, country music. There's all kinds of ways to play. There's 1,000 ways to do this, and all of them are correct. Some of them are better for certain situations. So anyway, I'm just going to go over that a little bit. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about picking the guitar for, when to use a pick and when not to, or, what your preference is overall. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So let me position this a little bit. Hopefully you can see what I'm getting at here. Alright, so in my personal playing style, I use a pick most of the time, and there are different sizes, different shapes. I'll talk about that in another video, but this is the kind I like right here. So I use this most of the time. Now, my style, hold between a thumb, index finger, and I'm usually going to rest the side of my hand right over the bridge and use my pinky down here on the pick guard as like an anchor point. And that way you can kind of control where you're going. See, that's, I'm picking on the strings. Now, this is a good thing. This is a good difference to get into right here. There are different ways to pick even. That's going to affect your sound. Now, I'll use James Hetfield for example. A lot of things he plays, he uses all down strokes, meaning he's just picking down. It's supposed to be, heavier or have more more loudness coming out, I guess, but it'd be like this. So, I mean, he's doing all down strokes. That's fine once in a while. I use them from time to time, but actually, if you want to get overall more comfort, more speed, you need to learn alternate picking, also known as efficiency picking, which instead of using all down strokes, you're actually going down, up, down, up, down, up. It's really useful in solo playing, so example of what I mean. Okay, see how I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up? That's a whole lot easier than trying to do the same thing with all down strokes. That takes so much more energy to do that, and especially if you start getting into something really fast, right? So, let's say you want to do several notes really, really quick. I'll go as quick as I can on down strokes. See, it sounds horrible and you lose control, or at least I do. I mean, I can't get it effectively every time. Now, if I'm using alternate picking, it's a little bit more, that's less energy and you can get faster and more accurate. Now, the three things I would emphasize, when learning to use a pick properly, you're going for consistency. Make sure you're doing things relatively the same way every time. You're going for control. You want that pick to work for you. You want it to go where you want it to go. And most importantly, probably you want to go for comfort. If you're holding the pick any way that's uncomfortable for you, that's hurting you, it's going to hurt your fingers, change your picking style. Like, I will give you a couple of tips. Now, the way I do it, like this, between the thumb and index finger, that works for me. That does not work for everybody. Some people, because your thumb is so much stronger than your index finger, some people are going to hold this way too tight and they're pressing very hard against the tip of their index finger, pushing it to the side. So, if that's uncomfortable for you, you can take your other fingers, just kind of rest the index against that, and then there you've got like all this matched force against your thumb. That way, your index may not get so sore. Now, that does not work for me because my hand naturally does not ball up into a fist when I relax it. Naturally, my fingers, kind of go like that. So that's more comfortable for me. So just experiment whatever is most comfortable for you, and you can get very close in your consistency most of the time and your accuracy. Whatever that way is for you, that's what's going to work. Now, another thing, I like to, a lot of times, if I'm playing rhythms, put the pick away, just kind of hide it in the palm of your hand or behind some fingers. And I like to use my index and thumb that's one way that works good for me. Another thing you can do, you can strum just your index finger. Sorry about that.